Hello, I'm Lindsay Shepherd and I'm a hypnotherapist. I like to imagine a typical day. You get out of bed, go to the bathroom, wash, dress, eat breakfast, go to school, work, or spend the day leisurely. Perhaps you drive or take a bus. On your route, you see a dog, some balloons in a shop. You might see a bird or an insect. Think about the party you're going to, or your winter or summer sunny holiday. For some people, though, every one of those activities causes a real fear, a panic, a phobia. A phobia is a persistent, abnormal and irrational fear of a specific thing or situation that compels one to avoid it. The activities I've mentioned are a snapshot of some of the fears and phobias that I see in my hypnotherapy practice. And yes, some will sound very strange. Can you imagine being so frightened of sleeping on a mattress that you sleep on a fold-up camp bed? Afraid of stepping onto a bus? Terrified of driving a car? Or being unable to fly away to that sunny beach? What about going to a party? Fears of balloons are not unusual. Think about how many times you see a balloon in the course of a week. You know, in fact, if you have a phobia, your mind is actually doing a really clever thing. Think about it. Once, just once, something frightened you. You might not have even been aware at the time that you'd been scared by that thing. Perhaps you heard someone scream when you saw a spider, and your mind decided that spiders were something to be frightened of. Or you developed a fear of driving after an accident. Whatever it was that caused that fear, you learnt it once, and then your mind has remembered it ever since. You don't even need to think about it. It just happens every time you're faced with or even think about it. Isn't that clever? You might forget to pick up your door keys on your way out, something you do every day, often several times a day. But that fear, there it is, remembered every single time. For some people, their fears actually hold them back from leading the life that they want to live. But you know, it really doesn't have to be this way. If your mind can learn a fear with just one incident and then remember it, don't you think it makes sense that your mind can learn not to have that fear? With the right help, you really can be free of those old fears. Now, I use several different techniques. Each client's requirement is different. So even for an identical phobia, I don't always use an identical technique. I can promise, though, that I will always ensure that you feel safe and secure. There'll be no scary confronting you with your fears head on the second you arrive in my therapy room. The most important thing is that you're ready and you're willing to deal with that old fear, that old phobia. Don't be frightened. If there's something worrying you or scaring you, you really can conquer it.